When your company owns the most powerful rocket in operation, everybody in the space industry will want to do business with you. This is the situation Elon Musk's SpaceX is in with its Falcon Heavy rocket. However, despite being the most powerful rocket, the Falcon Heavy has been sleeping since 2019, when it last flew. That is about to change though, as SpaceX is tapping on the sleeping giant to perform more than half a dozen launches. What are the launch missions about, and SpaceX pull of such a busy launch schedule? Join us as we explore how SpaceX is finally launching its new Falcon Heavy. SpaceX might be hugging the headlines recently due to the Starship rocket it is building. On the heels of SpaceX's last launch of 2021, which rounded out a record-breaking year and marked the 100th successful Falcon booster landing, the time has come to look at what the new year might hold for the world's most prolific commercial launch provider and its workhorse rockets. Thanks in part to a number of delays that pushed a significant portion of SpaceX's planned 2021 launches into next year, the company's 2022 launch manifest is bigger than any other year in its already impressive history. In 2021, having completed 31 orbital launches, SpaceX's Falcon 9 was the single most launched rocket in the world, beating out several Russian and Chinese rockets operated by each country's national space agency. On its own, Falcon 9 launched 6 more times than the entire country of Russia. However, despite how impressive SpaceX's performance was this year, all evidence suggests that 2022 could see almost twice as many Falcon launches as 2021. That information comes from unofficial manifests maintained by fans and followers, who collate dozens of different reports, press releases, and rumors to create a rough picture of upcoming launch plans. Of course, the farther away any given launch is, the more likely it will be significantly delayed. Even official information from SpaceX itself would not be able to accurately predict how many launches it will conduct over a year or more, but the manifests are still useful tools for rough predictions. In general, short of a major launch failure grounding a given rocket or some other unforeseen catastrophe, 2021 semiconductor supply issues, for example, unofficial manifests have been maybe 60 to 80% accurate. In the case of 2022, 2 such well-maintained manifests agree that SpaceX has approximately 40 launches currently scheduled next year, including up to 5 Falcon Heavy missions, and at least 35 Falcon 9 launches. SpaceX has never had more launches scheduled in a single year. Simultaneously, after SpaceX's 2021 performance, 2022 is the first time it's been possible to seriously believe that the company might actually be able to complete 40 commercial launches in 1 year. And even then, that figure is still only part of the story. In 2021, SpaceX completed 17 successful dedicated Starlink missions, launching just shy of 1,000 satellites, 989 to be exact, in a single year. In the first 5 months of 2021, before unknown issues caused an unintended Starlink launch hiatus, SpaceX completed 13 of those dedicated Starlink launches. In other words, if satellite production had kept up with SpaceX's Falcon fleet, the company was technically on track to complete more than 30 Starlink launches in a single year, which, combined with all other missions, would have amounted to a total of 43 launches in 2021. That specificity is important because, save for a single Starlink mission, the 40 commercial launches on SpaceX's 2022 manifest entirely exclude Starlink launches. Given that skipping or intentionally throttling a full year of Starlink launches is simply out of the question for SpaceX, that means that the company has approximately 40 commercial missions to launch on top of 1 or 2 dozen potential Starlink version 1.5 missions. Assuming that Starlink version 1.5 production remains somewhat constrained relative to Starlink version 1.0, which peaked at an implied average of more than 1,800 satellites per year in H1 2021, it might be reasonable to expect up to 20, rather than 30, Starlink version 1.5 launches in 2022 if production remains steady. Combined, that means that SpaceX's nominal 2022 manifest might actually include up to 60 Falcon launches. The question then is whether there is any chance at all for SpaceX to actually complete an average of more than 1 launch per week next year. Conveniently, SpaceX itself seemingly answered that question just this month. In December 2021, the company, pushing all 3 of its orbital pads to their limits, completed a record 5 Falcon 9 launches. Technically, it actually completed those 5 launches in a mere 19 days. Including NASA's DART mission, which SpaceX launched on November 24, the company ultimately launched 6 Falcon 9 rockets in less than 4 weeks, 27 days. Given the company's recent cadence records and the turnaround records of each of the 3 pads used to achieve them, it's clear that SpaceX could technically repeat that feat, a burst of 5 launches in 3 to 4 weeks, every month. Obviously, that's easier said than done, and it's inherently unlikely for a record-breaking monthly launch cadence to become the norm immediately after, but the achievement still demonstrates that SpaceX is technically capable of launching 5 times in 3 weeks and then being ready to do so again by the start of the next month. Averaged over 2022, 5 launches per month would equate to 60 launches per year. In other words, while unlikely, it's by no means impossible for SpaceX to replicate 2021's Starlink launch cadence and simultaneously complete as many as 40 commercial launches. In reality, a more plausible outcome for 2022 might be 5 to 10 commercial launches slipping into 2023 and SpaceX ultimately completing around 30 to 35 commercial launches and 15 dedicated Starlink missions for a total of 45 to 50. Still an extraordinary hypothetical achievement by any measure. Going off of recent trends, which have seen SpaceX's annual cadence grow from 21, 2018, and 26, 2020, to 31, 2021, 35 to 40 launches would be a still more conservative estimate for 2022. Regardless, even excluding Starship, the year is set to be quite the spectacle for SpaceX. The 40 commercial missions tentatively on the company's manifest include 2 Crew Dragon NASA astronaut launches, 1 or 2 private Crew Dragon missions to the International Space Station, up to 3 commercial moon landers, a Korean moon orbiter, NASA's Psyche asteroid explorer, and as many as 5 or 6 Falcon Heavy launches. SpaceX has the Falcon 9, which is basically its workhorse as it has been launching payloads at breakneck speed. But it has nothing on the Falcon Heavy in terms of performance. SpaceX claims Falcon Heavy is the most powerful operational rocket in the world by a factor of 2. With the ability to lift into low Earth orbit nearly 64 metric tons or 141,000 pounds, Falcon Heavy can lift more than twice the payload of the next closest operational vehicle, the Delta IV Heavy. The Falcon Heavy is imposing, standing 70 meters tall and more than 12 meters wide. It weighs about 1.5 million kilograms or more than 3 million pounds. It can lift 26,700 kilograms to geostationary transfer orbit. Interestingly, if anything goes wrong with the Starship development, SpaceX can fall back on the Falcon Heavy for the trips to Mars, although it will only handle payloads of 16,800 kilograms. That's at the end of the video. Hope you like this video, plus thank you for spending some time with us, and please let us know in the comments section below about the video. A gentle reminder: subscribe to our channel for more content just like this one, and also press the bell icon to get notified about our new uploads. Hey people, you thought it was great to see this video. If you want to see which videos we have on our channel, then you can click above.